What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? I was waiting for a few of you all to jump on. Sorry I'm late, but it's better late than never, right? All right, so as promised, we're going to continue with this whole theme of the elements for the classes right now. And we're going to do at least 4 elements. We'll probably take a break, do something a little bit different. I would like to get you all on some Christmas stuff as well. So we'll see whatever pops up. We'll do some special courses, but we'll stay on course with this because this is definitely a series that you all were very interested in. So last class we did fire and the flames. In this class we're going to do water splashing, okay? And just doing a preview here. I'm not going to walk you through everything exactly. That would defeat the purpose of the class, right? But what we're going to do is walk through this exactly. So I'm going to do kind of like a change out. But this is how I kind of work through my classes and work through my templates. So you all will get to see it real time, and then you can ask questions. That way I can make sure that that the template and artwork and everything that's included is going to work with you for class. So I know there's going to be a few questions about why the smart object versus a text. So I included a couple versions of that. We're going to work through that so that you can know in your mind when you create your artwork whether you want to do something as a smart object or whether you want to keep it a simple single image or single text, okay? So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start changing this one out just to make sure that everything works, and we'll go through some of these layers, and if I can remember, I'll show you all how I'll create some kind of a mask back here, and it'll probably be off of one of my little templated masks. Let me turn the water back on, and let's take down that opacity a little bit. So I see the water, but it's just not so prevalent. But there's several layers in this file, and you can turn it off and on as you wish, and that's some of the things we'll work through in the class as well. So here I'm just going to clean it up a few layers. Now you will get this template for free, so anybody asking when they join the class if there's something they need to purchase for the class, the only thing that you have to have is Photoshop. Make sure that you have Photoshop, and then when you read the instructions for the homework, it'll tell you that you need to have your own image that you want to bring in and whatever theme colors or theme in mind. If there are fonts to download, if they are free fonts, I'll send you the link to download the free fonts. If they are paid fonts, meaning that fonts that I created that I expect you to pay for, you'll get the fonts for free. So everything that you need to, hit the ground running in this class is included for you. And sometimes we'll build things from scratch. Usually those are going to start being our 200 level courses. But for the 100 level courses, it's very beginner friendly. I'm showing you concepts, I'm showing you tools, I'm showing you how to not just walk through each one of these and what they do, but we're actually using them, putting them to good use to create projects that by the end of the class, you'll be able to have a print ready project, okay? This one, I'm actually in the process of putting this one up right now, LaQuisha. So this one is for tomorrow. I know it's a little late notice. And I also notice sometimes when I put my courses up too early, you all get a little excited and start working in them before class, and then we're not on the same page. So this one will all be starting from the same place. This will be available within the next hour. And why does Creative Cloud really is that hungry for attention that it does this almost every time I'm online? So it's telling me I have some updates.
What?
So in this case, let's see what we're doing here. Turn down that. Oh, I said I was going to walk you through. I'm going to do kind of a change out here and show you what that looks like. So I also want to show you that we have different balls. We're going to switch out. You can do whatever ball that you want. It doesn't even have to be a ball. You can do your logo in the splash instead of the ball. I'll just give you a few examples here. And I'm going to take out these color overlays. And the drop shadow. And I'm going to turn this into a football one. And of course, we'll do a little tweaking based on what your design is and kind of how it flows with your image. So I already have an image that I brought in earlier. I'm going to go ahead and make that visible. But you know what, before I did all of that, I should have shown you that with the colors of the ball, sometimes you want the actual color of the image, but I also made it to where we can play along with the color overlay feature. And sometimes, like let's say for instance you're doing purple and gold tigers and you don't necessarily want the orange basketball in there. Well, we have a little solution for that. One thing you can do is you can gray it out, and we're doing that here. And then the next thing you can do is actually recolor it. So I'm going to do a quick little snapshot of this one. I'm going to take off my guides. And let's go ahead and export, save for web. And I'm going to make this, I'm going to give it a little second. It's a pretty big file when we do it as all overs. But I also want you to keep this in mind. We're doing the series for shirts, but keep in mind that we can do this for not just for shirts, but for, well, not just for all over shirts. You can do it for regular 13 by 19 shirts. You can do it for playing cards. You can do this for posters. Posters is a really big deal, especially if you're just doing like seniors and that sort of thing. I'm pretty sure you'll get jobs like that, and you can send them off for banner prints, or you can print your own banners. So I'm going to put that one in my templates. All right, now I'm just saving that so I know once I do all these changes what it originally looked like. All right, so first things first, let's change out the image here. And then we're going to play around with these water splashes too, because they're not just universal. Some of them are in front of the ball, some of them behind the ball, and we'll, just like we did with the fire and the flames, we manipulated where the flames and the fires were in the graphic. You'll do about the same thing. You don't have to as long as it's a ball, but let's say it's a logo and we were going to do the logo instead. You might want to change that out. Now we don't have to do a logo in here at all. I'm just changing out my gradient here. And let's go ahead and change the ball because he doesn't play basketball. He plays football. And then of course I'm going to take off my color here. And you can keep on the drop shadow or take it off depending on whether you want to look like it is fused with the background or you want to look like it's popping out of the background. And another thing, you can even change the direction of the drop shadow. So I think I'm going to change it to go, let's see here. I think the shadow's in a good placement. I think it's actually in a good placement. So I may just leave it alone. But if we wanted to change it, we could just move this angle around here. And as you can see, the shadow is changing based on where I'm claiming the light source is coming from. All right, and you can even move the shadow, make it darker. And here's a cool thing about the shadows that we'll play with in class is you can really just move them on the artboard. And then the updates will happen on the pop-out box here. All right, so we'll play with that a little bit. I'll turn this opacity down. Didn't want it too dark, because that water is a little translucent. So if I have anything darker or less translucent or more opaque in the background, it may affect how that water looks. All right, so that's the ball. Of course, we have to change out the words, and I'm going to show you the difference between changing out just text and then changing out text that has been turned into a smart object. And in class, we'll go over in detail why I do this sometimes. And here you'll see that if I just put Watts, oh no, it's just Watt, W-A-T-T. I'm learning too, y'all. I don't be knowing these players and stuff. Y'all tell me what's popular, and then that's what I try to use to get your attention to want to do this kind of stuff. So like I said, you get the file for free. So you're not paying for the file, you're paying for the course. And then eventually what I usually do is maybe like 2 to 4 weeks later, I may make a generic version of the template that's available on the website, but it won't be exactly what you all worked on here. And I'm seeing that something is stopping me from saving. Oh, I had to hit the move tool. So as a smart object, when I type it in, it updates here, and I have 2 versions of this. Now, if this was regular text, like the word the right here, I would have to transform each one of these. So I'd have to double click here, and I think it's a TJ. And you see that this is the first layer. Oh, you know what? I forget. That particular font does not have the little period, so I'm just going to do it without the periods just to show you. And then I have to go back and change this one. So what I typically do for that, instead of just typing it in all over again, I will duplicate this layer, hit enter, and then I will take the copy of this layer style and paste it on this layer style. Bring it below, and then I'll get rid of the original. So when I do it as a smart object, it automatically is going to update the text. When I do it as individual layers of text, then I have to go ahead and change those accordingly. Now, I did link them so that they both move together, but that does not ensure that I won't go in there and unlink them and mess them up. So basically, when you move one, you should be able to move the other. All right, so maybe for the back one, it's called the top text, but I kind of put it behind the head like a title for a magazine. So we'll just click on one of them. You don't have to do both because it's a smart object. When you update one, it will update the other. So double click here, and maybe I'll type in Steelers. Here we go. And of course, I have to click on the move tool to get out of this. I'm going to save my smart object, and when it updates, it will update on screen. And then I can do Control T to transform. I'll go ahead and squish it in a little bit just to make sure that I'm going to make it inside of my guides here. And hit enter to lock in that transformation. All right, so it seems really fast and really easy. I try to make it as easy as possible, but we get into the details of why things work the way that they work, and we change certain features. For instance, this water has the blend mode of luminosity on it, but you may want to choose a different blend mode. You may want to change the opacity or the fill. And here I just brought down the fill a little bit so I see the water, but I don't have to see it completely opaque. And of course, we use different blend modes. We have opacity change here and a blend mode change here. But all of that is really up to you and how it looks to you. So I just teach you how to change the things, and you decide how you want them to present for yourself or for your customer. Okay, so of course I would change out these colors too. I think I'm not going to go that far because I want to be able to revert back to my original one. I just wanted you all to see. Maybe I'll change one. Let's change the color of the top text. So I'll double click on FX. And let's see. So the top one does have, let's see what I want to change. My stroke is good. The satin. So the satin is basically what makes it look like it's kind of reflecting light a little bit. So right now it's on this bright red, but if I'm going with the yellow color, then I probably want it to be like a really light, bright yellow instead. And we won't see how it affects until we apply the effect underneath it. So that's why these layers play on one another. Let's double click on this effect, and we have a color overlay for sure. So on normal, and it's a really deep, dark red. So that's how those two reds were playing off of one another. But of course, we want to go with a good old Steelers color for this one. And I'm kind of making my own color because I don't find the color to be as vibrant as I want it to be. And I'm trying to kind of match how his pants look, the vibrancy of the color and everything. But you can always tone all of this down too, depending on what your colors are. Do you have pastels? Do you have very bright colors, almost neon colors? Whatever you want here, we will end up changing the color overlay and the pen light that we were changing on the satin feature on the top of the text. So these two play on one another. So really, that's what the class is for, so that when you make your changes, if you get stuck, if something doesn't look right, I'll click on your screen and we'll figure out how it best works for the solution you're trying to come up with. And that's the whole point of the live classes, is I can tell y'all all day how to edit these templates and what to do. But when it comes down to it and you get stuck, this is my next best thing to one-on-one help, which I obviously don't have the time to do right now, but we do have small group classes. You can kind of get that one-on-one help. Well, you do get that one-on-one help, because anyone that needs help during class gets to show their screen, gets help, and we all pull through and create an entire project at the end. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Once you get it done up here, all you have to do is copy this layer style for the top one and paste the layer style for the top one on the next layer. Okay, that was that yellow. And then I'm going to copy the layer style for the second part of the text and paste that layer style on the second part of the text elsewhere. And that's how we're able to get this really, dynamic looking version of text. And sometimes we can make it really simple and just be one layer. And sometimes you really want to add some depth and make it look 3D. And in that case, it requires a little more work. Okay. Now we can do the same thing with Y by going to bottom text. I already have the second layer copied, the style copy. So I'm just going to paste it here. Grab the top layer, copy that style, and paste it here. And we'll do all this in class together, so you don't have to be afraid. Now, let's say, for instance, maybe the bottom words you want black and the top words you want yellow. You can do that as well. There is no limitation there, okay? I just want you to get an idea of what we're doing. And as far as moving the water around, we have y'all are going to have so much fun. There are all these little splashes. And these are little PNGs. So you can move them around. Let's see. Let's go with... Let me go with one I can really show you. I'm going to right click and grab this splash number 5. And I can move this splash. So if I wanted to splash underneath him instead, matter of fact, let me pull this. I'm going to let me bring it back where it was. I'm going to Alt click and drag one of these above the photo. Okay. So when I drag it above the photo, now that splash looks like it is on top of the picture. And we can Control T to transform it. I can rotate it, I can resize it, and now I've just created it to where it looks like now this is a part of the image. So we're going to do all this together, okay? All right, so let me see. I'm going to go ahead and take any questions or comments right now to see what you all may have to say so far. Hey, LaQuisha. Yes, you can sign up for tomorrow. If you have the $60 membership, there will be a coupon code. If you go into your $60, it looks like a little credit card logo. If you go into that $60 credit logo, you'll be able to see the coupon code for tomorrow. So let me just show you what it looks like right now. As soon as I get done here, then I'll update the files and you'll be able to download the files and also sign up for the class and also download the files. All right, so it will be here under live interactive courses. Of course, right now, there's nothing really there, but we can also, hold on a second. All right, so there's nothing on the live classes right now, but you will see the course here within the next hour. If you're a $60 a month member, then you'll be able to access your coupon codes and you'll be able to take the class for free. If you're not a $60 a month member and you really want to take this class, then it's $60 and you can just pay a la carte for whatever courses that you want to take when you want to take them. That's the freedom of not being a member. But if you are a member, excuse me, then you can sign up for any live classes that we have, as long as there is space. Okay, so if you're a member, excuse me. If you're a member, I just want to remind you all that I changed it so that $60 members can now join every live course. We do 4 courses per month, or about a course per week. So this allows you to, as long as you're free, usually Sundays at 7 p.m. is when we host the courses, but we may do courses outside of that, just depending. And as long as they're the regular numbered course, like the 100, 200 level courses, you can attend them. We will do some special classes every now and then, and the special classes will be just exclusive, and it won't be necessarily a free class for the $60 VIP members, but I may still do a coupon code for you, or I may not, depending on how many people want to actually join that class, and it may be limited. So I just want to keep that in mind. All right, so right now, let's see what else I want to show you. Oh, for those of you who are thinking about signing up, let me show you what you get when you sign up for the $30 a month membership. Let's see. There's class number 101, 102, 103, and 104 that are immediately available as soon as you sign up. So you get literally their $50 classes, so you get $200 worth of classes as soon as you sign up. They come with the templates, they come with the fonts. This one actually comes with the brushes that everyone uses and raves about. So the courses are going to come with at least $20 worth of templates and materials that you download right along with them. So you don't have to purchase. I get that question a lot. You do not have to purchase the template when you take the class, okay? So the template is going to come with the class. Then every 7 days, a new session will unlock. So for instance, 105 will unlock 7 days after your initial sign-up date. 106 will unlock 14 days after your sign-up date, and so forth. So 107 unlocks 21 days, and you can see that basically you can hit the ground running with 4 templates. Then every single week, a new template and or class is going to unlock for you. Some of them are templates, some of them are classes where we build from scratch, and then I just give you the tools to build. In each of these classes, we're asking you to bring in your own photo and have a theme in mind so that you end up with something that is actually just ready for you to print. All right, so we'll have this ready for you all within the next hour. So if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know now so that I can maybe address this for the session for tomorrow. And I understand there is a little bit of a delay here, so I want to make sure that I can answer your questions. So I'll stick around for like a couple of minutes and see if we have any questions. If not, I'm going to go ahead and get on my task over here, which is getting you all ready for class tomorrow. And let's see, do I have? Yep. This is the one we did last week, which was the Fire Flames, and we are going to select the winner last class. Well, every single class we have a competition, but it's not really a competition of who does the most or has the best art. It's really a competition of participation. We want to make sure that everyone who's in the class feels like they can produce something that is print ready. So what I want you all to do is after every class, we have you post in the Innate Creatives Facebook group, and you post your homework, which can be what you did in class. If you finalize it in class, cool. But if you put a little extra work into it after class, that's cool too. Whatever it is, you post it, and out of the people who participated in the class for that live session, one person will receive $100 worth of credits to go ahead and throw whatever templates you want on the Innate Lab page into your shopping bag, and we'll comp that entire order for you up to $100. Okay, so just letting you all know that information too. Yes, Latoya, you're a $60 member, so you'll end up seeing a coupon code. You can attend the class, okay? So you'll see a coupon code. It's no longer just one coupon code every 30 days. I'm extending it to allow you all to do all the classes that you possibly want to do or can do, and as long as they're within our regular scheduled once weekly courses, okay? So I hope to see you tomorrow, Latoya. All right, so any other questions you all have for me before I go ahead and get this thing ready? As a matter of fact, I think, let me do a save as version here so I don't have to go back and do too much work. And this is going to be, then I'm going to go back just a little bit and save my Jordan version. So what you all will start with is the Jordan version, just like I did today, and then you'll just change your colors accordingly. And keep in mind, this does not have to be sports related. This could be a birthday party. This could be like a cartoon theme that you wanted to work on. So it's really and truly up to you. The theme that you choose, the characters that you choose is completely up to you. Okay? I'm just showing you how to execute. So that way, when you have a theme in mind, I'm showing you how to get it from your mind to paper or to shirt or whatever substrate you're using. All right. Okay, love. So I'm going to run and I'll go ahead. I'll have this video saved for you all to see for later. For those of you who don't know whether you want to attend the class or not, this one will be Latoya, you can post your design, but the for the competition, it's only the people who attended the live session who are able to be to be entered into the drawing for the $100. Okay, so you can post it definitely. I want to see it. I think others would love to see it too, but I just want to let you know it won't be eligible for the $100 prize unless it was someone who attended the live course. Okay. All right, so just letting you all know I'm about to sign off and go ahead and get that ready for you all. If you have any questions, please let us know in the Innate Creatives Facebook group. And I see my love Erica is online right now. I know she's been feeling a little under the weather, so we need to say our prayers for Erica that she heals soon, because between me and her getting sick, I don't know, the world might end if we get sick at the same time. So I just want to know, want you all to know that she can definitely use our little prayers right now, because she wasn't feeling too well the last few days. Okay. All right, love. So I'm going to, hey, Sir Brawls, I don't know if you can hear me right now because I know it kind of has a delay. I need you to stay online with me right now so I can go ahead and get your design changed. And just give me a moment and I'll pull it up. If you could stay on for like 5 minutes, then we can get it done. Because last time I was trying to do it while you were online and I think you had to leave and I didn't get a chance to get your input. So give me like 2 minutes. I'll get your file ready and we'll change that one out, okay? All right, so I'm going to go back to my original design and save. And like I said, I think I have it to where my history doesn't go back further than that. So I think all I have to do is change the color of my ball. Bring it back to red, and then I'm going to save this one. All right, so let's see. So for those of you who are ready for the class, I'm going to get the class ready in a little bit. I just want to, while I have several roles on here, there's a project that I was working on. Yes, he says it can say, okay, cool, perfect. And I need to have a little live input for this one. So let me see if I can find, I know I can find it. And this one is, now Sir Royals, do you want me to do the all over or the 13 by 19 version of it? And I could do either one if you want. Matter of fact, if I do the all over, I can turn it into 13 by 19 as well. So I'll do that. Then that way you don't have to choose. All right, and like I said, I know there's a little delay here, so when I need your input, then I'll give it like a minute or so for it to pop up. Okay, so yes, this is it. Excuse me. All right, so what were we going to change here for the custom text? I think it was like a hashtag. So if you could type what we're going to put here for the custom text, tell me what that hashtag was, and I can change that for you. And then let me see my little characters here. And then I'm going to change these characters out. If you don't notice, anytime I have a character on here that's not my character, what I'll do is I'll either blur it out like a whole lot or I'll distort it in some way. Yes, Zion Strong. That's it. Let's go ahead and change that text. So most of the time you all are changing these things out to what you want anyhow. But I just happen to put the link for the image here because I don't keep those. I do. There. I'm trying to see if I can get the PNG again. I'm going to download it. And since I'm giving this to you for free because this is your beautiful subject on this template, then I can give you these images because I'm not selling it. I'm giving it away to you. So I'm going to show, I guess this also shows other people how to change out the images. So I'm going to click on the image that I intend to replace, which is this one. And then once I bring my image in from the folder, I can just drop it right here on top of the artboard. And in this case, I've transformed it. So I'm going to right click and do flip horizontal. He's going that way now. I'm going to hit enter to lock in that transformation. And you see it was pretty much not really printable the way that I have it. So I'm going to grab this image, copy the layer style, and paste the layer style here so that I still get that good glow and everything. And I'm just moving that back into place. And I'll do the same thing for this image. And I'm just copying and pasting that link. Of course, you can search and get your own image. In fact, maybe I didn't copy and paste the link. All right, and this one has a background, so I'm going to do remove BG. And Right click, save image as. You see, it does pretty well with getting the background out. I'm downloading the full resolution so that way you have a nice high resolution to print. And then same thing, I'm going to drag and drop the image. It should be without the background. And I'm going to have to flip this one too and get it about the same size. Do Control T to transform. I forgot to flip it. Control T, I'm going to right click and then I'm going to flip horizontal. There we go. And hit enter to lock in that transformation. Alright. Come on, little image. There we go. It's Control T. I'm going to transform it and rotate it just a little bit so it can be like the original. There we go. Bam. Right there. Okay. And you said change the 7 to a 4. Absolutely. There we go. And once I click off of it, it'll update that textile that I have there. And I'm going to move the 4 up just a little bit so you can tell there's a 4. Make it a little bit smaller. And I'll tell you another thing this might work out well for if you have like an old like stuffed animal of his or something. I think you can make make like a toddler size shirt or even a baby size shirt and put on the stuffed animal so that it's kind of like the stuffed animal is wearing the shirt. And I think that would be really cool too to have in memory of it. But let me know, do I need to change anything else? We got the high resolution images on there. We changed the words to Zion Strong. I know that was you and your wife's expression for him, so I'm happy to commemorate that on this design. And then also the numbers changed to a 4. So the only other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and save this for you. Proyles. Alright, I'm also going to go ahead and make this a 13 by 19 so y'all will see that happen right before your eyes. Perfect. I'm glad you love it. Alright, so now what I'm going to do to make it a 13 by 19 design, I'm just going to activate my little 13 by 19 mask that I have on there, and boom, that's done. Matter of fact, this reminds me, I needed a mask for the Jordan image we just worked on, so I think this works out really well for that one because it's like a splash kind of water paint. So I'm so glad you're here today. Let's go ahead. I'm going to take this mask, and I like to show y'all how to do this too. You can take a mask from one file, literally pick it up, drag it to another file, okay, and then drag that whole layer. But all you're going to do is pull that layer down to the very bottom. Usually I have something called a background layer. Let me see. I have one called background here. There it is. So I drag it right on top of the background. Then I'm just going to take the layer mask and I'm going to hold down Alt, click, drag it over the background folder, and then it crops just that background layer. I can get rid of the Black Panther on that one, and I have a layer mask here. I'm going to unlink the layer mask real quick just so that I can resize it. I want to resize it proportionately though, because it is pretty much a 13 by 19 orientation already. And there you have it. That reminded me to save for that 13 by 19. I'm going to save my Jordan file. And this just gives it something visually interesting other than just having a square or a rectangular box around things. If you're going to do, Photoshop and take all this time and do sublimation, you might as well have a really cool effect that you might not be able to get with the vinyl, okay? So, oh, that's so sweet. And I'm sure he is happy. I'm sure he's happy. He's looking over you and your wife and making sure that you all have peace, because when it comes down to it, I know it's usually our grieving and our kind of selfish want for someone to be with us. And sometimes it kind of makes us grieve when all they want to do, they want us to be happy. You see this boy smile? He wants you to be happy. He wants you to be happy. All right, so I want you to be happy too. So I want to go ahead. We're going to wrap up this one. Since the image cut off his foot there, I'm going to go ahead and fade that off a little bit. Y'all know what I do with the layer mask. Let's grab that brush. There we go. And again, my most sincere condolences for your loss of this beautiful little angel here. I know with a smile like that, he is definitely making heaven a happier place. If there's a such thing, I know that's it. Now for the 13 by 19 version, I'm going to pull this in a little bit because his foot isn't finished. I don't want it to be a focal point, so I like to bring it in a little bit so that it kind of melts into the little paint splashes going on here. And then if you want number 4, could come up a little bit. In the 13 by 19, you have a little bit different orientation, but I kind of like how this pokes out a little bit here. You just may not get that on the page. So let me make sure I resize that for you. Delete that one, and then we'll change the size of this one. So I'm going to bring it in just a little bit. So he's not, I want him hanging out the image a little bit, but not too much. There we go. And this is your 13 by 19 design. Now, in order for me to make it 13 by 19, I'm going to do File. I'm going to go ahead and save what we worked on. Hey Rona, if you save this video, you can rewind it back to the beginning, and this is talking about the class that we're going to do on tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So that Jordan image you saw, that's what we're going to work on at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're a $60 member, then you can take the course for free. Well, yes, every live course you can take for free as long as you are a $60 VIP member, and it's only available for once I put it up, once the class starts, I'm going to take it down so that only the people that are going to participate in the live courses will be able to get the goods early, because I want y'all to come live, okay? So we can learn together. All right, so I'm saving this one. Now all I have to do is file and save as, and we're going to do this as the 13 by 19 version. And we'll go ahead and cut it down with the cropping tool. We'll turn the ratio to 13 and 19. Just bring it in a little bit here. There we go. And once I hit enter, basically this will be how the image fits on your 13 by 19 print. And Sir Bowles, if you can, give me type your email for me, and I'll go ahead and send this file directly to you, okay? The email that you have on the, excuse me, registered with Innate Lab. And if you don't have an account with Innate Lab, go ahead and create one, just the regular Innate Lab, not necessarily the Academy. So I will show you. If you don't already have a login, just go up here to sign in. And if you don't have a login, I think you can create a login from here. Yep. So you can go to create an account right up top. Excuse me, loves. All right, so go ahead and create an account for me if you haven't already. If you have already, then all you need to do is give me the email that you have with your Innate Lab account. Yes, I'm going to give you the Photoshop file for the all over and the Photoshop file for the 13 by 19, so you can play with it. You can adjust it. You can even add things to it. Like if you have some additional images you want to put in there, definitely. I'm going to give you it so that you can use it to modify and create your own version of it. All right, so cool. Just got it, TWC? Got you, love. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and send that off. Rona, make sure if you're available tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, keep an eye out. Watch the beginning of this video over again, but we are still saving. We're working on this design here, and we're going with the whole water theme. So last week we did fire. This week we're going to do can I watch the pre-recorded courses? Okay, so Rona, how it works for the $60 membership is you will unlock the courses naturally right along with the $30 a month membership. If you want a chance to get early access to them, you have to attend the live session. So if you come live tomorrow, 7 p.m., you'll be able to attend the live session. You'll get the templates for it, and then that way, any session that you attend live, you're able to get the files for it early rather than waiting for it to unlock in your membership, okay? Oh, you're welcome, Sir Boyles. This has been a blessing to be able to help you on this project. I know it means a lot, and I know that that you do something beautiful with it. Okay. And you know what? I think I clicked off of when I tried to make it 13 by 19, so let me do that now. Hit enter. Maybe it'll lock it in this time. Maybe I just need to not click on anything this time. That's probably me. All right, there it goes. And now I can go to my image size. And change the width to 13 by 19. Alrighty, let me go ahead and save this one. So this is now the 13 by 19 version, and I will also send you the link to the all over version. Alright, love, so excuse me, I'm gonna take a little break. I'll go ahead and have this up within the next hour for you all to register for the course for tomorrow, and just make sure that everything works. try to make sure everything works a couple hours before class, just in case you run into any snags. But we will resume class at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it will be about a 3-hour long class. Some of them are a little bit shorter, like maybe 2.5 hours, but when we get in there, we're getting in there to make sure that everyone grasps what we're working on and that nobody's left behind, okay? All right, loves. Well, I am very glad to see you all. I'm going to go ahead and post this up. And I have some more templates that are coming out this week. So definitely stay tuned for that. I'm trying to get back back on my regular grind of things. I've been healing and getting better. And so we're almost, or I'll say we're about like 90% now. So I'm still hacking on y'all a little bit, but not not every other word. All right. So I appreciate you all. I love y'all for real. And until next time, bye.